This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the mayor of Weatherly is here to talk about his next term in office. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Karen. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching on SSPTV and in HD on Service Electric Cablevision, channel 513. Here's your headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. There is still no solution to the budget battle in Harrisburg. Just last night, House Democrats blocked an effort to check another item off the Pennsylvania's 2015-16 budget checklist. However, starting tomorrow, the Hazleton Area School District will begin their budget process for the 2016-17 school year. Superintendent Dr. Craig Butler says that last week, the governor did allocate an initial $25 million to the local district.
Obviously, we're very grateful for that. That helped us out of a bind where we may have had to borrow money to continue to do business. So we're thinking that that $25 million will certainly carry us through the end of March, minimally. We've also heard rumors out of Harrisburg that the governor's considering a 2-year budget, so to cover this year and also to plan and articulate next year's budget, which seems prudent given the fact that it's almost February 1st and when they should almost be starting next year's budget. So that obviously would be extremely helpful for the state to come through with a plan like that. But at this point in time, we are obviously much relieved and very pleased to have received that $25 million as an initial allotment to help us meet our expenses this school year.
The new budget process begins tomorrow night with the first budget meeting set for 6:30 p.m. at the administration building. The public is invited to attend to see the process firsthand. Dr. Butler says that the 2016-17 will be one of the most challenging fiscal years perhaps in the recent history of the school district. A Lansford couple is facing charges after a baby ingested meth from an illegal narcotics lab in their home. Police charge 43-year-old Joseph Navari and 22-year-old Melissa O'Brien. Police learned that the 7-month-old child living in the home was admitted to the hospital on January 3rd for ingesting laundry detergent. Medical tests showed that the baby had ingested meth. Tonight we have an important traffic reminder. Route 924 near Frackville will continue to have one lane northbound for the foreseeable future. Back in 2014, a major rock slide temporarily closed the northbound section of the highway, which is located in Gilberton. A retaining fence was installed and reinforced due to additional slides. In 2015, concrete barriers were added for safety from falling rocks from the Broad Mountain. PennDOT says the lane closure is for safety along the rock wall. The area's first snowfall of the year has prompted a cancellation. The Greater Hazleton Lupus Support Group meeting at the Bowl Arena in West Hazleton is canceled for tonight. Call 570-956-0072 for more information. Well, he was not seeking re-election, but that changed when an unexpected write-in campaign in the primary put his name on the ballot in November. Lisa Sugart sat down with Weatherly Mayor Tom Connors as he starts his new and unexpected term.
Pleased to be joined by our very good friend, Mayor Tom Connors from the borough of Weatherly, who was recently sworn in for his 3rd term as mayor. I might say a rather unexpected term as mayor, because you had planned not to run for re-election.
I was going to give it a little break for a while. I'm not sure what I was thinking about at the time, but a lot of good people came up to me and they let me know they appreciate what I was doing. And I love the community, and I realized I'm not done with the job yet. So I'm really excited and happy and honored to be elected for a 3rd term as mayor. And I'm looking forward to the new year and 4 more years.
Wow. So you were put back on the ballot via write-in. So the people really wanted you there, and then you won in November. So everything back to normal. That's
correct. So it's a good thing. And Weatherly's, I consider it my hometown, and I love it. I love the people in it, and I'm really humble that they thought enough of me to write me in. And I won by a good margin, which says something. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and being open and receptive, and I think that's the key. I try to make myself available for anybody, and we treat everybody fair, and that's what's important.
Well, people must agree with you because that's why they reelected you. You have some big plans on the table for Weatherly. There's a lot coming. Just give us a little sampling because we're going to get more in depth in the weeks to come about this. But tell us what's coming to Weatherly.
Well, we got a new police station we're going to start in the spring. We're going to break ground for that, a brand new magistrate building, and that comes with $1 million we got from the gaming money. So I'm excited about that. That's definitely going to happen. We're also working on a new park. It's called Heritage Park. It's in our old steel plant property, and we're working on Rails to Trails, bringing it into town. So there's a lot of good things happening, and everybody's welcome in our community to get involved, and they know how to get in touch with me. So I'm looking forward to the calls and working with everybody to make Weatherly a little bit better.
Well, finally, I just want to mention something. We were talking earlier, and I thought it was sweet because part of your job, which you love very much, is performing weddings. So you're glad you're going to continue to be doing that as well.
I am. It's such an honor to be able to perform a wedding. I take it pretty serious. I'm married myself 32 years. And when somebody asks me, I always make myself available. And I have my first wedding coming up on the 24th of January. And the resident asked me if we could get married in Weatherly Museum, which makes it kind of special. So I'm looking forward to that, too.
All right. Well, Happy New Year. Congratulations on another term. Come back and see us often. He's also the head of the Carbon County Animal Shelter, so we're going to put many hats on you and bring you in to talk to us and keep us up to date on what's happening in your wonderful community.
I will. Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. Well, coming up on FYI, after this break, we have more information from the Hazleton Area School District as the superintendent and the athletic director address recent incidents at junior high basketball games. And in sports, we chat with 4 Cougars that won conference championships in wrestling over the weekend.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Eat, Drink, and Be Family. That's the name of a fun fundraiser this weekend to benefit Brandon's Forever Home. This Sunday, you can enjoy pizza, stromboli, appetizers, and beverages for $20 for adults and $10 for kids. The fundraiser will benefit the renovation of the kitchen inside Brandon's Forever Home. Brandon's Forever Kitchen is a leadership Wilkes-Barre project. The goal is to provide a kitchen that can better serve the growing needs of Brandon's Forever Home. You can donate online at brandonsforeverkitchen.com/fundraiser.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Look at that. There was some snow on the ground and roads today as winter is starting to take hold of our area. You could scrape some of it together, make a very tiny snowman. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, snow showers likely mainly before 7 p.m. Mostly cloudy. We'll have a low of 15 degrees. With the wind chill, it will feel like -2. Wind will get up to 18 miles per hour. New snow accumulation of less than ½ an inch possible. On our 4-day outlook, Wednesday, we have a slight chance of snow showers before 10 a.m. and then partly sunny. We'll only get up to 19 degrees. It will feel like -1 with the wind chill. 18 miles per hour, the wind will gust to. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 12. Wind chill again at -1 degrees. Thursday, mostly cloudy, high near 27 degrees. Thursday night, mostly cloudy. Our low will be in the mid-20s. On Friday, we have a partly sunny day with a high in the mid-30s. Friday night, rain and snow likely. Our low will be 30 degrees. Saturday, again, rain and snow likely. Mostly cloudy with a high in the mid-30s. And then Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 22 degrees.
We recently told you about some problems at junior high basketball games in the Hazleton Area School District. Well, I'm pleased to be joined now by the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Craig Butler, and also by the district's athletic director, Fred Barletta Jr. Mr. Barletta, I guess tell us first, what was the situation that triggered concerns?
It was really a safety concern, Lisa. Safety as far as for the spectators. A lot of people were under the impression this took place on the basketball court among the teams, and it did not. In fact, it didn't even happen inside the gymnasium. And it certainly alerted us of a concern that safety was being compromised. And because of that, we thought, let's take a step back. Let's look at what we're dealing with, because after all, we have 8 junior high middle schools where this is going on. So we wanted to make sure we examine the whole thing, and more than anything else, guarantee that the spectators and the participants are in a safe environment.
So play was suspended temporarily.
Play for the league, not that night. As I said, and I was up there that evening when it happened, I'm not even sure the people in the gymnasium knew something was going on, but we thought, let's be a step ahead of this, let's be proactive on it, and it's something, if we skip 2 play dates, that's fine, we'll tack them on later in the year. Let's make sure that safety is being addressed and that we feel we're on the right track.
Okay, very good. And then after that, play was suspended for several days there. You met over the break with the members of the school board and the administration about this, Dr. Butler. So tell us about that.
Well, Lisa, when we felt that, as Mr. Barletta said, incidents were intensifying, we became concerned that, as indicated, we needed to step back, pause for a bit, and reevaluate. I contacted our school board director, Mr. John, and a few other directors, and it was a consensus decision that we needed to postpone play until which time the board could meet with the administration and the administration meet among ourselves to talk about the issues, problem solve, and develop action plan moving forward.
And the result now is that you have made some changes, and there will be a statement made at each game talking about sportsmanship.
That's correct. Mr. Barletta and his assistant, Ms. Brogan, have formulated a statement, which I happened to hear the other night when I attended the Castle and West Hazelton game. And I think it's very effective. It sends a very appropriate message in terms of our spectators and our coaches and athletes as well. In addition to the announcement, we've increased administrative presence, security presence. We're more mindful of areas such as hallways and outside the building, which could, traditionally have not, but could be problem areas.
All right, so stepped up police presence at the games, and for major games as well. I read in the Standard Speaker that there would be even more. Also, you're not having games on a Friday night anymore.
Correct. Again, working with Mr. Barlett and Ms. Brogan, we decided that perhaps Friday night, for whatever reason, was a little more vulnerable than the other nights. We'll see if that plays out to be the case or not, but I think that's a healthy decision until we're sure that we have this corralled and we have an environment in which our student athletes can participate, have fun, learn, and be competitive.
All righty. Well, changes being made in the Hazelton Area School District to make sure that there is safe play, as both gentlemen said, for both the students and then for all the spectators as well.
Thanks for the information, Lisa. Now your midday winning lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 2-1, pick 3, 5-2-9, pick 4, 3-8-9-8, and pick 5, 2-1-1-9-1. When we come back, we'll talk about the early season success for the Hazelton Area Cougar wrestling team. But right now, here comes some Law Talk.
Hello again and welcome to Law Talk. Today we're going to talk about auto coverage. It's a topic that's on everybody's mind virtually all the time, and one of the things that I think you should know and very important to you is, when you get full coverage from your auto insurance agent, is it really good coverage? So we're going to talk about that a little bit. Alexis recently had an experience with a client that came in and asked about that, so we'll let her talk to you about full coverage versus good coverage.
Thank you. Full coverage by Pennsylvania law isn't necessarily good coverage that you might have. When you're looking to purchase car insurance, some of the things you want to consider would be whether or not there is a wage loss benefit as that part of your insurance. Pennsylvania law does not require you to have that. Something else to consider would be the medical coverage that you might have applicable. If you're involved in an accident, your insurance company will pay for any accident-related medical treatment that you receive. However, they'll pay only up to a point as to what your coverage has. For example, in Pennsylvania, the minimum coverage that you have is $5,000. And if you're significantly injured and you have no health insurance, then you're very limited as far as the type of treatment that you may have based on the fact that you have minimal medical coverage. But under Pennsylvania law, this would be considered full coverage. It's not necessarily good coverage. Something else you want to consider is uninsured or underinsurance coverage. That is also not mandated by Pennsylvania law. However, you want to consider purchasing that as part of your coverage because you have people who are driving that might not be insured. They might cause an accident. And if you have no uninsurance coverage, then you have no recourse. You have no type of action that you can take to get any type of recovery. Similar to that would be underinsurance. If you're hit by a driver and they're responsible for causing the accident, if they have minimal coverage, which in Pennsylvania it's only $15,000, you're entitled to recover that. But if your injuries and your claim is worth in excess of that $15,000, you're in a tough position because if you don't have underinsurance, there's no other type of recourse for you. There's no claim that you can make with your own insurance carrier. So you want to be mindful of that when selecting insurance coverage.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
On Monday, I spent some time at the Hazleton Area High School talking with the 4 Hazleton area wrestlers who took home Wyoming Valley Conference championships this weekend. Jacob Malheur, Jimmy Hoffman, Keith Lowry, and Carson Kinney. It was a great weekend for them and the team as a whole. There's a reason breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and a good leadoff hitter is so coveted in baseball. You should never underestimate the power of a great start. What was one moment over the weekend that was key for you to advancing to that championship? When did it happen, and what was really key this week?
I mean, just in my first match, going out there and being able to score points and ended up winning, I just started just confident that I wouldn't lose them.
Jacob Malheur went on to win the Wyoming Valley Conference Championship at 113 pounds. The Cougars are off to a great start this season. Even their coach was surprised. They sent 10 wrestlers to the semifinals at the Wyoming Valley Conference Championships and had 12 guys place at the tournament. As a team, the Cougars finished second at the Wyoming Valley Conference Championships.
Well, I mean, coaches pulled us aside and we knew that we had to get bonus points in order to win, but I mean, we didn't get as many bonus points as we needed, but we still did well enough where we end up getting second.
Are you guys happy with that result at this point? I mean, as you're still kind of maybe gelling and working, do you still have dual meets left?
I mean, it's better than what we got last year. I think we either got third or fourth last year, so it's an improvement, which we can still improve on in the room here and against Mechanic and then into next year.
Now let's get back to breakfast. Actually, every meal is important for this pack of Cougars as they grind through a tough season in a tough sport. 2 weekends ago, they were up at 5 a.m. for the Juniata Duels, a tournament where they finished with a perfect record. Then last Wednesday, they knocked off Wyoming Valley West in a conference matchup. This past weekend was the conference championships, and this Wednesday, they are up against a team that finished first at that tournament, Tunkhannock. So yeah, back to breakfast and eating. How do you stay motivated and even, keep your body in just that type of shape?
You have to make sure you eat correctly. You don't want to have too much junk, and make sure you get enough sleep at night. Make sure you get your homework done before you go.
How much is nutrition really hammered into you guys? Do the coaches talk about this?
Yes, they talk about it a lot actually. If they see us eating the incorrect stuff, they give you a look, and it's like, oh boy, I did something wrong here.
Is it easy for you, or is it kind of a hard discipline for you to get used to that?
At first it's kind of hard, but as the season goes on, it gets better.
The Cougars' depth has also been helping them out this season.
So we have a pretty well balanced age group-wise team here, and I believe all of them have some type of wrestling experience. So it feels good to be able to, especially in our Juniata tournament, there's a lot of times there I was able to insert some other kids, move kids around, and still put a wrestler out on a mat. So that's what makes this team very unique and enjoyable to coach.
Most of the juniors on the team grew up wrestling with each other.
I've been wrestling with Jimmy my whole life, Anthony Martasio, Chris Lasecki, all those kids. We're all the same age, and we just gel together.
Is it crazy being at this level now with them and seeing the success you guys are having, thinking back to maybe when you guys all first started out?
Yeah, it's all crazy. I mean, when we were little kids, we just dreamed of being in high school, wrestling together, and now we're making it true.
The Cougars have a chance to make this a dream season, and here's more good news. This upcoming weekend, they'll have some time to dream. Head coach Keith Malheur is giving them a little break as they get ready for the stretch run so that they could turn a great start into a fantastic finish. Let's mosey on over to the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. The Mono area girls basketball team got a big win over Williams Valley. Megan Bisco dumped in 22 points for the Lady Bears. Maddie Rochko is really coming on strong for the Big HA's girls basketball team. She had a career-high 24 points in their win over Tunkhannock. Mackenzie Uri added 29 points, and the Lady Cougars, they put up 76 points. Hazelton area is at Pittston on Thursday in a big-time conference showdown. The Marion Phillies are back to their winning ways after 2 very tough games. Marion's D was back in form, holding Tri-Valley to 3 points in the first quarter. North Schuylkill didn't allow any points in the first quarter against Panther Valley. Avery Jordan had a game-high 17 points, and it was a big night for defense in the Schuylkill League. Shenandoah Valley, the 4-6-2 girls basketball crew, limited Schuylkill Haven to 13 points. Marcella Creasy had 15 points for the Lady Devils. Finally, North Schuylkill got a win in wrestling. Sports is at an end, but there's more FYI after this. Happy Wing Night! It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. One announcement for this evening: Catholic Social Services Auxiliary has planned a night at the races to benefit the programs of the agency. The event will be held Saturday, January 16th at the Family Center located on Church Street. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the post time is slated for 7. Tickets are $10 in advance or $12 at the door and can be purchased by calling 570-455-1521. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Mark J. Prokopovich of McAdoo. Funeral is Thursday at 10:30 a.m. from the Damiano Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Lois L. Champion of Hazelton. Services are Wednesday at 4 p.m. from the Belts Petrilli Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 1 to 5 p.m. Jeanette M. Gasper, formerly of West Hazelton. Private services were held in Paynesville, Ohio. Joan Loretta Cayley of Tremont. Services are Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Lamar Christ Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 9 to 11 a.m. Richard Jonas Walp, formerly of Sumneytown. Memorial is Saturday at 11 a.m. at the St. John's Evangelical Lutheran Church. Friends may call Saturday at the church from 9 to 10:45 a.m. The Mann Slonaker Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Anna C. Menconi of Tamaqua. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. in the St. John Catholic Church. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. and Friday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. at the Zeiselman Gula Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Susan Buffano of Claire's. Susan, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Facebook.com/FYI News 13 is the place for breaking news and bonus content. In fact, I'm going to add some from our story on the Hazelton area wrestling team, so look out for that. And look out for more FYI tomorrow. We'll see you then. Take it easy, everyone.